Hello, my name is Daniel Drozaka, and we're going to be going over for my case study, Deepfake Elon Musk, the internet's biggest scammer. So I want to start off with what is a deepfake. So the word deepfake comes from deep learning and well fake, and it's used to alter video, audio, and other aspects of a video and images to deceive an individual or a mass population. So how are deepfakes created? Well, there are many ways to create deepfakes, as I will showcase. Uh, The most common and popular ways are traditional video effects editing and utilizing computer graphics resources. However, the most recent and most effective deepfake creation is using autoencoders and generative adversarial networks, also known as GANs, which I'll be referring to them as GANs from this point forward. So I create my own deepfake for this for demonstration for this assignment, and we have George Bush X Elon Musk. So Elon Bush. And looking at the deepfake, like if I were just to quickly show you this photo, you'd probably think it's pretty realistic. But the more you look into it, like we have two different colored eyes here. Um, the light somehow I feel like is hitting the eye, even though it's getting covered by the face. There's also in his right ear, if you look at the right ear, there's a hint of green, which doesn't really make any sense. As well as the face kind of looks more detailed, more clear, and uh, like uncanny valley effect. We can also see that there's a weird kind of style in the suit, and that seems to disappear as soon as we get to the left. Um, there's visual detection methods of detecting deepfake, but that's only depending on how bad the deepfake is made. So current deepfakes, I feel like they could be easier spotted by people who are very active online because they encounter them more often than people who aren't really active online, and this tends to fall harder on the elderly community because nobody tells them about it, nobody shows them that, which is really sad. The most common ways to detect or spot a deepfake is unnatural facial movements as well as repetitive patterns like blinking. If it looks like I'm blinking for SOS and I'm not doing it because SOS, then chances are it's probably a deepfake. And as well as facial accessories like glasses, earrings, they may flicker or disappear in some cases. And so, for example, here, I have found this image from AP, which is in the references as well, linked as in the slides. But if we go take a look at the late Pope Francis's glasses, the shadow and glasses seem to merge together, as well as it kind of like is distorted. If we look over at the cross too, it only has one chain. If it's missing the other half of the chain, it should just fall right off, and it isn't in this photo. So this to me clearly indicates that it is a deepfake. So now there are technical ways, which I feel like is going to be the future. So reverse image searching, right? So if can't be talking about crypto in the same talk show or podcast where you're talking about something completely different. And if you watch it and you see it and it's like, but I already watched the podcast or the show, so I don't really think that that's real. It's a deepfake. There's also EXIF tool, which I've had the opportunity to use in a previous class on the Juice Shop, and it's a great tool. It can show you the geolocation, a whole bunch of other data inside the metadata for not only images but also video. And uh, keep in mind that with deepfakes, many of that data might have been stripped or is very inconsistent, which is an immediate red flag. And last, which I feel like is going to be for the only for the future because eventually it's going to get too good, is AI detection models like convolution neural networks, known as CNNs and RNNs, which convolution neural networks excel identify frame by frame for visual anomalies, crucial in detecting manipulated videos used for financial fraud. And the RNNs, recurrent neural networks, are adept at capturing temporal inconsistencies like lip sync errors present in political misinformation videos. And this is from Monero F. He's also in the citations in the references below. So how did Elon Musk become such a popular figure in deepfakes? Deepfake Elon Musk didn't just appear out of nowhere. He began in late 2022. And if you've been on TikTok during this time, there's a high probability you've seen a video of Elon Musk talking about doubling your Bitcoin investment, which doesn't make sense in and around itself, but to certain viewers, they might fall victim to that. And the first known victim to fall to it was an older gentleman by the name of Steve Beauchamp, who drained his life savings of over $500,000 USD after falling for a deepfake Elon's investment opportunity. And the more we look into it, according to Stuart A. Thompson from New York Times, who did this report case study, the scammers had edited a genuine interview that they had with Elon Musk, replacing his voice with a replica using AI tools. The AI was so sophisticated enough it could alter minute-to-mouth movements to match the new script that they had written for the deepfake. To a casual viewer like Steve Beauchamp, the manipulation might have been imperceivable. Like he probably thought it was real. Given that Steve Beauchamp is 82, chances are the only time he's ever run into, talking deepfakes and the cautionary tales around deepfakes is during the news. But it's a real shame that his family didn't show him it and tell him about deepfakes, which I can understand 100%. And if I was in Steve Beauchamp's shoes, I would probably fall for it too. So these are some examples. As you can see, the only thing you can really tell right away is the poor image quality. But watching the videos, it's kind of monotone. There's no life behind the voice, which to me is an immediate indicator that it is fake. And why Elon Musk? Because he owns companies like SpaceX and Tesla, and he's openly endorsed cryptocurrency before. There's also a large amount of public videos of him, making it easier and easier to create better and better deepfakes of. Conclusion, I feel like, during the showcase, I've showcased tons of material, and you could easily fall for the deepfakes in the next 5 to 10 years because the data and the models are going to get trained so well that it's going to be almost incomparable for the human eye to see and understand it's a deepfake, leading it to AI tools being the only way to detect them. These are my references, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.